Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes. We are with our brand new character, Mister Eclipse, who is a Dominator. He is a dark Dominator, and his origin is that he was on the Praetorian Earth in a stratospheric science station hovering up in the upper atmosphere above Praetoria. It was somehow attacked by devouring Earth at the behest of the Hamadon, and they tried to inject him with this world's version of the Unity Plague. And at the moment they injected him, the total eclipse happened, and he was looking out the window. He couldn't help it because of the angle they had him at, and the power of the UV radiation got into his eyes, which damaged them to the point where he can see in darkness pretty well, which is why he's got these shades, these cool shades on, because in bright sunlight it's too bright for him. Sort of like a nocturnal animal almost. And the power of the Unity Plague coursing through his body, plus the power of the eclipse, gave him the superhuman ability to control light and dark. And because the Devouring Earth are the enemies of Emperor Cole, this guy is going to be a loyalist. And so we are in Praetorian Earth. I have purchased, not purchased, gotten for free the extra enhancements. You can have one of each. I've already put 2 on my power. Some people have grumbled that I haven't done that, and that's why it seems too hard. We'll keep these until we get to level like 12, and then we'll get DOs and replace them. Oh, wait, before I do this, hang on. We do need to go into email because... Wait a minute, where's my inbox? What? I just emailed myself. Influence. Why is it not here? I'm in the Shield of Dawn supergroup. Why did the email not come through? That is weird. I'm going to have to check into that. I just emailed myself a million influence. Oh, well. Okay, so... welcome to the division. I'm a veteran. I don't need to go through boot camp again. And then I'm going to look for Reese, because Praetoria is in trouble. So we have a dark character. So let's take a look at, let's do it through this screen. We have a Dark Grasp. This is a hold. So when you first start with a Dominator, you can get an Immobilize or a hold. The problem with Immobilize, the advantage of Immobilize is I think it does a little bit more damage, and it also has a very quick recharge time and uses less endurance. But it's an Immobilize, which means they can shoot back. A hold locks them in place. So the recharge time on this hold is 6.8 seconds. I think the default is 9, isn't it? Do we have a recharge improvement here? Yeah. Or the default is 8 seconds, but it does it in 6.7 or whatever, and it holds for 12, which means we can stack it. Right? As soon as I saw that, I said, okay, that's the one I want, at least for now. We'll get the Immobilize eventually. I think we probably want all of our primaries, but definitely we want that one. And then we have the option between a melee and a range attack, and I definitely want to use range as much as possible with this character. So we got Dark Assault, which is a minor blast power. So we're going to be doing some damage with our holds and some damage with our attacks. And so we have Sprint. And this character is probably going to get Teleport as his movement power, which will be cool because you can teleport others right to you, and then you can also, of course, teleport around the map. So, we talk to Reese. We get enhancement. We get some more of these. Initiate damage, right? So this does a little bit of extra damage. We don't need that right yet, but we have those for later use. Hey, new recruit, don't just stand there lollygagging. What do you need me to do? Welcome to the Powers Division. We need you to infiltrate the Resistance. Okay, definitely going to do that because I'm a loyalist. The reason I've chosen that is because if you see my Tiger Strike video, she was a Resistance person. Oh, so let's look at our hold. And that locks him in place, and then we can shoot these other guys with our Dark Power, which is pretty cool. We also have a Trank Dart. As a science guy, we can hold that guy now. Oh, we missed him. Yeah, we're going to be missing a lot at the beginning. And even fighting a couple of white cons is going to be a little difficult for us because we don't have the hit points and the resistance and the defense of even low-level scrappers and stuff. So the key to a Dominator is you want to keep doing stuff and build your domination bar, and then when you click domination, it immediately improves your holds and stuff, and they get a lot better, and you do more damage. It like super buffs you. So there's some cops here, and there's another bad guy. So for now, we're not going to be able to do a lot that's strategic with our powers because we just have to, they take a while to recharge. We might have to come in and brawl. There is a melee option for some of these powers. I'm probably going to push those down the list in terms of what I intend to get, because as a Dominator, I really prefer doing like short-ranged attacks rather than melee attacks. Try to stay out of melee as possible, as much as possible. Alright, so we're going to take probably an inspiration here. Yep. So now have health and damage. It is so weird. Oh, do we have to talk to this guy again? Okay, what's next? It is so weird. Do I have to attack this thing? Okay, I guess so. It is so weird to only have 3 inspiration slots and 2 powers. So used to playing a high-level character. This guy probably will get stealth. I think he should have it, probably. So I'm probably going to give him stealth. For me as a Dominator, I like to lead off when possible. Obviously, we don't have our recharges and stuff on for these powers yet, but I like to lead off when possible with hold. So in terms of how I would enhance this ultimately with SOs, I think that the hold is going to want probably at least double recharge, possibly triple recharge. Maybe double recharge and hold duration, and then maybe some, and you definitely want accuracy on it. So probably double accuracy, double recharge, double hold. We're probably not going to use it for damage, right? Because we're going to have other abilities that you can use to damage them. One of the things I used to like to do with my Plant Thorn Dominator was that I would throw a hold. I think some of her holds didn't even do any damage. I would throw the hold on the guy, and then I would stack immobilizes, right? And if the hold just lasts a really long time, then you have you can just throw all the damage you wanted it, and I made the damage, the immobilize do more damage or something. I'm gonna have to think about how I want to slot this guy. I haven't done a Dominator in a long time. Yeah, I did one for the Iron Man mode, but in Iron Man mode we only got like to 7th level or something with it before I died. So, what's going on? Are these guys supposed to be saying stuff and they're not saying anything? I'm not seeing word balloons. Yeah, it looks like there should be word balloons coming out, and for some reason they're not. So that's a bug. We're definitely going to remain a loyalist. And we are now a loyalist. Yeah, I haven't seen the loyalist storyline, I don't think. I feel like... I can't remember if my best friend and I went loyalist when we were playing our characters. And we played them to get to Paragon City, and then we stopped playing together. I was playing a controller at that point. Speak with the loyalist leader. There. Boop. Alright, Provost Marchand is coming down to speak with us. Hey, Provost. Let's just get moving. What's the next step? We've leveled up. Exit through the door. And we get to Praetoria. So we're 2nd level. That means we get another power. We'll see which ones they offer me. I've changed the colors to dark blue. Let's change it this way. I've changed the colors to dark blue because that's kind of the effect of this guy having dark blue / black powers. Trained up to level 2. Okay, so we can get Smite. That's melee. I don't really want to do that. Living Shadows. We extend our own shadow, causing it to entangle all foes in a cone pattern in front of us, rendering all effective foes immobilized. So it's an immob, and it does negative energy. That's a cone. This is a single target. I'm going to go with the single target for now. We'll get them both. And we got a rocket pack, so we can fly a little bit now. So we'll put that up here. And this is walk. We don't need that. So we're going to move this over here. So I'm going to probably open with the hold and then lay the immobilize down on the same guy. Let those things tick away and then shoot somebody else when I'm in a multi-enemy spawn. That's probably what I'll do, but we'll see. There goes the Explorer badge. No? Yep. Right across the middle of that star. So we talked to Praetor White. I can handle whatever is thrown at me. Yeah. Do we still talk to you? Okay, available missions. Part 1, Active Desperation. Okay, so let's go ahead and read these because I haven't done these with you guys. This day just gets better and better. We lost a lot of officers to the Resistance in the attack earlier. Then, to make matters worse, at Dumb as Dirt, TPN Media Circus decides it would be a good idea to report on it and spin the Pyrrhic victory into a crushing victory over the terrorists. Centerpiece in today's news. So now a riot's broken out here in the Magisterium, and they've taken hostages. And you should get in there and rescue the hostages, so we will go rescue those hostages. Still want to know what happened to my influence that I mailed myself. I'm going to have... Did I mail it to the wrong global handle? I don't think so. I have to check it. Alright, so our rocket pack lets us fly a little bit. We won't be doing that too much, but wanted to play with it a little bit. And we can leave sprint on for now until we start having endurance problems. So, let's talk about the domination bar. Unlike Fury, which as it builds up, improves your damage and stuff, the domination bar, when it fills, then you'll get like a little thing. You hit this button, and I'll get into domination mode. Right, so it doesn't like, it's not gradual the way Fury is. I blocked the wrong person, and I shouldn't be running up to people. I'm too used to doing that with my melee characters. Yeah, okay. I'm still thinking like a brute. Let's immobilize you. Okay, and we'll hold you, mobilize you. We're being ambushed. Let's put a hold on her. And re-immobilize. Missed. See if we can chain hold the lieutenant. That will help a lot. And one thing you do is you can immobilize that guy and then run around the corner and he can't shoot you back. Right? And it's like, okay, let's deal with the lieutenant, and then we can come around the corner here and hit him. And immobilize him, and there we go. And our domination is up high now. So we can hit that. And now we will do even better with our powers. Right, you see how it's saying domination? That will cut through a lot of the resistance they have to holds. You alright? You following me around? Domination is awesome. You do so much more damage and everything with it. Everything is better for the Dominator with domination. It lasts for a little while, I don't know, like a minute or something, and then it goes down. got it to trigger. Still working. And that's the end of the domination. Let's try to put a damage over time on him. Let's hold this guy because he's trying to punch me. There we go. Yeah, so the hold is probably the most important thing for somebody like a Dominator. That hold needs to work. Alright, so probably double accuracies on that thing is what I would recommend. Okay, so these things do damage recharge, chance for psionic damage, etc. These just do damage. I'd really rather have accuracy on these guys, but we can put these guys in, and then when we get new slots, we'll add accuracy. So you only have one of each of these enhancements, I think, on your character. These, I guess you can have two, but these guys you can only have one. So we should do a little bit more damage. Now we have a resistance veteran here who's a lieutenant, and he's orange to me. Make sure the mission's okay. It's +0. I don't want it to be anything higher than that. So what I'm going to do, let's put our defense on. I'm going to do even more damage, and I'm going to hit him with the hold and the immobilize very quickly to do damage, and then we'll shoot the other guy. Let's put this guy under hold. Right, and we'll back up so the lieutenant can't hit me. And then I can re-immobilize the lieutenant and re-hold him. Right, and so the idea is using your mezzes. Right, you're not necessarily just laying out tons of damage as fast as possible. You're using your mezzes together strategically or tactically, right? So you immobilize this guy, right? Then you back up. The other guy's aggro to you. He's now too far away to hit me, right? So then you put a hold on the nearest one, and then you can like immobilize this guy and shoot him. Right, and so you're sort of doing some kiting, re-immobilize, back up, put a hold on that guy, right? And so you just sort of alternate among them, and your damage eventually takes them out, right? Your damage over time. This kind of reminds me of, I'm currently about halfway through the book, He Who Fights with Monsters. And the main character in that book is, his powers are called afflictions, and it's basically dots. He does these low-level dots that that most things can't resist, and as a consequence, he just sort of like hits them, and then he backs off, and he uses his teleport and his quick movement to just stay out of their reach, and they just slowly just disintegrate from the poisons and the doom that he's placed on them. Okay, so let's hold that guy, immobilize that guy, shoot him. All right, one big advantage of the immobilize, even if they are capable of shooting you back, is they only shoot you. They can't, you know, the guys who are meleeers can't get to you. So you rescue that hostage. And then defeat the resistance leader. He is a lieutenant with no guards. Okay. Let's do it that way. I'd really rather have a 2-hit buff, but let's see if we can hold him. Got him. Right, and so the idea is, okay, once you've got him, as long as you don't miss with your holds, he can't do anything to you. He's held. And that is level 3. Got a clue, and we completed the mission. This is a lot of fun. It's going to take me a while to get used to this character, but man, it is fun playing a Dominator. I really like them. They're like aggressive controllers. I really like it. I was thinking, why is this flight power so like sluggish? But it's because it's a one of these temp powers. Okay, so let's do even slotting 1 and 1. Any enhancements here? We've got enhances range. Okay, there's an enhanced accuracy. I'm going to put that on Dark Blast, and I'm going to actually enhance range. Right, so this gives us 87 feet instead of 80. That's going to be helpful because we can fire it possibly at a range that's 7 feet longer than the enemies can shoot back, and then you can just stand there and stack it and they can't catch up to you. So one of the tactics with the single target immobilize is to enhance the range. Obviously getting a single origin range enhancement would be even better. It would be like 95 feet. So yeah, putting like double accuracy, double damage, double range on it, or something like that can be super useful because it recharges really fast. You probably don't need a recharge. I don't think it uses a lot of endurance, right? Now it uses some endurance. So you may be double accuracy, single damage, single endurance, double range. But the idea is get that range out to like 110 feet, and then the enemies, other than like snipers and stuff, cannot hit you back while you're shooting them, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's go back to Praetor White. How are we doing on time? 21 minutes? We got plenty of time. So we'll do at least one more mission. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm having a lot of fun. And so now in Too Deep. So speaking of the changes, the first thing I did this morning was triple the number of PPD patrols in the tunnels. Calvin Scott is still at large. And we have reports that he's down there somewhere. Well, I just got word PPD team ran into some trouble and needs help. Find Officer Tepp. He's the one who retreated into the communications range. So there's stuff going on in the sewers. There's always stuff going on in sewers and superhero stories. However, the sewers of Praetoria are a lot nicer and cleaner and less mucky and green and gross than the sewers of Paragon City. If we start having endurance issues, the first thing I'm going to do is turn off sprint. But for right now, we can use it. Eventually, we're going to be switching, as I said, to teleport. In fact, we might be getting teleport at 4th level. Or 6th, we'll see. Now, of course, to use the immobilize the way I suggested, what you need to do is queue it up out of range and slowly walk into range. I just aggroed somebody else, didn't I? Oh, yeah. I aggroed somebody else, alright. Let's put some Lux on. Let's chain hold the lieutenant first because they're orange and that's pretty rough. Okay. Oh, shoot, wrong guy. This one I want. Okay. You see how it like kind of keeps them, both of them are kind of off my butt now. And that definitely helps. So we're definitely going to want to slot our attack powers for major damage. Since they are secondaries, they're not going to do as well as a primary would do. And there we go. Oh, we got another accuracy. We don't have any slots, so this one... Oh, shoot, I put this on the wrong thing. Okay, I was thinking this was this. We want that to have higher accuracy. So, let me explain why I did that. Normally, you get the immobilize first, and that's the first power in the list. That's usually what I do. But because this hold did damage and recharges really fast, rather than what I'm used to with the Plant Thorn, which is my primary Dominator, where the hold I don't think did any damage, and so I took it later. I took it second. I took the hold first, and so I put it on the wrong power. Oh well, we fixed it. Doesn't matter. It's a very low level enhancements, so it doesn't really matter. One of the things to keep in mind too, a good time to do an immobilize on an enemy, even if it's one that has some ranged attacks, is if they keep trying to close with you. The reason that that's a good idea is that if they're trying to close with you, it means that they're better at melee, usually. And that's why they're programmed to close with you. Okay, so now we're at the limit. Can he shoot me back? He can, so that's why we want to enhance it for range. At some point, when we have higher range on this power, they won't be able to shoot me back even when I hit them. There's another lieutenant. We want to keep that accuracy around. Actually, let's pull it out right now. We got him under hold, and then we'll mobilize this guy and start shooting him. And then what I do is every time the hold recharges, we switch and we go get that guy. And if we miss him, then we hit him with an immobilize or something to try and keep the pressure on. But okay, we got our first piece of salvage, I think. I also fixed up the base so that this character can reach in and pick up any enhancements and salvage that are there in the tables and the racks. It's annoying that you have to do each and every one. You'd think you could just set the base to allow it. What's going on here? Okay. And we can dominate now too. So 2 more PPD officers to save. But I don't think we need to do that right now. So we're going to hold the domination until I feel like I need it. I don't want to hold it too long, because then you're reducing your number of times you get to use it in a mission, right? If you just keep holding and holding and holding it, you could potentially never use it. So, alright, so let's see, where are we going now? This way? Alright, let's just go ahead and trigger it. So your holds do more damage, they last longer, and they're more likely to cut through hold resistance, right? Mes defense. These powers recharge pretty quickly. I like it. We don't have a close attack chain yet, but we almost do. And we have no enhancements on any of these things, which is great. No, major enhancements. You just have the little ones that you get at character creation, right? Crowd control is a lot of fun. Especially when it's paired with damage like the Dominator has. Right? If you're just doing crowd control, it's not super great. But when it's paired, in fact, you're just in the part that I just read, he who fights with monsters, the main character has some like martial arts. He's been trained in a little bit of martial arts ability. So he has some kind of kung fu, and then he has some affliction abilities, and he's being tested by the Adventure Society to see if he's going to make a good adventurer, and he's not been doing well, because although his affliction abilities work really well, they take a long time, and his martial abilities, he's okay at them, but not super great. And just in the part that I'm reading now, and I haven't gotten to the resolution of it, he realized he needs to do both at the same time, right? You don't just do holds and debuffs. You don't just do martial arts, you kind of do them both, and you use the debuffs to weaken the guy, and then you use the martial arts to take him out, right? And that's what this character can do, right? We use the debuffs, we use the holds to block their ability to attack me, and then we use the attack powers to do the real damage. Now, we're not doing a lot of damage with the current attack power because it is the base attack power, and we don't have any, major damage enhancements on it. We don't have, we only have a couple of slots. But eventually, we're going to get a lot better at it. Now, eventually what you can do, I'm pretty sure I remember my Plant Thorn Dominator doing this, is she could hold one guy, the other guy would come at her, she could hold him too, and she could actually chain hold two different guys because of the hold duration and the recharge rate of the hold, which is pretty cool. So let's see, we don't need all this. We're very close to domination again. But it's super nice to be able to chain hold lieutenants and then just have to face the minion, and then once the minion is done you can just clean up the lieutenant, and the lieutenant never gets a chance to do anything to you. Unless you miss. Right, and by putting an increased hold duration, even if you miss, often the lieutenant, what was I saying? With the hold duration, even if you miss, it holds long enough that you're probably okay. That's why I always slot for some hold duration on a Dominator. It's interesting, my best friend has gotten controllers to level 50, and I remember asking him how to use slot. And he was like, oh, he slots for accuracy and damage or whatever. He's like, oh, I never slot for hold duration. I'm like, really? I used to do that all the time with my Dominator. So it's funny how differently people will figure out how they want to do their builds, you know. I really like that you can kind of do either one. And we are ready to dominate, which is perfect because we have an orange lieutenant here, so that'll cut through his resistance. And then we will immobilize the other guy. Yeah, but it's really nice that you can pretty much lock the lieutenant down and get him out of the equation. And so, like, this character, when we get to Malta, should have no problem with sappers unless I don't see them and I'm being lazy. Right? Because what am I going to do? I'm going to target the sapper, hit domination, and immediately put the sapper under hold and just leave him there. Right? And then you can just leave him there and deal with the rest of the spawn and then come back at the end and clean him up. Because once he's held, he can't do anything to you. And since they're a minion, right, that's the actual weakness of them, that they don't have any mez defense, really. Right? It's not like some lieutenants might have it and bosses definitely have it. But you just chain hold the sapper until he's dead. Defeated. I guess this guy, yeah, he's willing to kill people, I guess. Kind of like an anti-hero, Punisher type guy. Okay, that was a mistake. I should hit the lieutenant with the hold. But we do have a buddy with us helping us. Domination is now over, but we have succeeded. Got another enhancement. Oh, wow, we got a bunch. Let's see what we got here. Increased recharge. Oh, we have increased hold duration. This makes me very, very desirous of taking that other enhancement out of there. Because that one only does damage and recharge, and it doesn't increase hold duration, which I would kind of like to do. Level up. That's nice. Can I look at my enhancements now? Why can't heal go into health? Oh, because it's not. It's the wrong origin. Sorry. So this is tech natural. Can't use it anyway. Okay. And another ambush. Okay, so now we have to lead this guy out. coming? Oh, there's a little buddy. And there's some more buddies. Eight experience. Wow, that just seems so low. And of course, it's not relative to what this character needs, right? Because we look, to get to level 4, he only needs 700 XP. This guy coming with me? Okay. You guys coming? Don't aggro anything, please. Yeah. I really do wish they didn't have these escort missions. Like, I don't mind protecting them from the ambush, but now that the ambush is over, just having to sit there and wait and wait and wait for the NPC to catch up to you and try not to get them lost because the AI is so bad is not an enjoyable experience. It's unfortunate that they designed them this way. And having designed them this way, that they then even retrofitted a bunch of older missions from the blue side and stuff to have those same mechanisms occur in the older missions where they didn't used to. But we have completed the mission, gaining us 20 XP. And we should be able to contact Praetor White. Alright, folks, that's a little over a half hour. I think that's probably enough. I'm going to go sell this stuff. And until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes with our new Dominator.